Hi guys, welcome back to another video by Daniel and John, and in today's video we are replacing a constant velocity joint, this one here, on a drive shaft on the Discovery 2 TD5. The reason why we're replacing it is just the general state of it and how much play there is. And we have, with the Discovery 2 on the front axle, there's two drive shafts, a small one and a long one. We've got that one off there, but we'll just show you how to remove it off this one as well. Okay.
Right, so the tools you'll need is a screwdriver, and that is for removing this, and you need to put it in the end there and hit it with a hammer, a lump hammer or hammer. You'll need a copper mallet and a lump hammer, and the reason you need a choice of both of these, if you're intending to keep this, use that so there's no sort of risk of any damage to this. If you're just removing it like we are going to replace it with a new one, use this. But either way,
it might be stiff to get off as well.
Yeah, if it's been on the 20 years. The other thing you'll need is a utility knife, and that's for cutting, and we'll show you in a minute, along there and then along there. Now, the first thing is to get this clip off, so it's there, and you just get it behind that and you give it a knock with your hammer, and it does spring open, and then it's just a matter of doing that. So that is off. So that's real easy. So that's sort of step one. The other thing that if you're watching this, you go, well, it's in a vise. Ideally, if you've got one, put it in some sort of vise if you've got one. If not, you need a strong friend to hold it for you. Please be aware that these are heavy things. If you're watching this video now, just persevere and watch it with me, because it's worth actually me doing it and you watching it and seeing exactly what's happening. If you're doing it inside, if you are, make sure you've got something on the floor, because a fair bit of grease comes underneath here.
We've got that rag over there if you need it.
So we'll put that just in case. Okay, and then what you need to do, you've cut down the middle there all the way through, be careful. You then need to just slice around here. Once it gets started, it's easy enough. You will need to turn your vise at some point.
So that grease in there's like some like green coloured grease, and
It's horrible stuff.
It's not thick at all.
It's all gonna. It's had its day, basically. Okay, so that's off. That's the other bit off. Put it in some sort of receptacle. You don't want the grease flying everywhere. Take it from it will as you knock it. So with your rag, give it a wipe. Now we're ready for the next bit, and that is to take this off. Bear in mind these have been on 20 years. Now I found when I did it last time, and you need to hit this ring here. See this collar here which moves? You can see if there's any movement, because you'll start getting a gap. When I bashed it and banged it around, I realised that a real sort of sweet hit took it straight off. So I'm going to try that again. And literally, if you get in the right position like I did at the side there, even if it's dropping down, it was there, it just pulls off. And here we've got the collar, the spacer.
I'm going to wipe your hands, that rag.
This was a very expensive polishing cloth, it will wash up.
Yeah, I'll wash it out.
Right, and here,
So you've got your split ring in there.
it's like a retaining clip.
Yeah. You can take that off with a little screwdriver, can't you?
Yeah, there we go. I managed to get that off from my fingers, so it's up to you how you want to take that off. You should get some new ones with this, with your kit. I'll show you what you get in a new kit. That you need, you could leave that on, but what we're going to do, we're going to clean these edges up here where it's all corroded and stuff, and that's where your boot goes up to, basically. Right, so if you were refitting this, you'd need obviously new parts, and when you order this, we've got ours from JGS.
Should I just show you what the top of that box says?
Yeah.
So
That's the part.
okay,
Just handy to
I'll
know.
put a link in the description below for the part
Right.
as well.
So in the box you get this,
The new constant
which is
velocity
one of them.
joint.
You get a nut on the end.
Yeah.
You get a new CV boot. You get some grease. You get the new clips. For some reason ours are a little bit twisted and bashed, but whatever. And you get a new retaining clip. You don't get a new collar, so guard that for your life. You don't want to lose that. I bet they're really difficult to get hold of. So when you put it back on, you pop your collar on. You'd pop your clip in. I'm not going to put that on yet, because if I put that on it'd be more difficult to get it off if I need before we've cleaned this.
We want to test fit this as well,
Yeah.
don't we?
You'd then slide your CV boot on over there to hit that there.
And then put the clip on it round it.
Put the new clip on it. Now, when you put these clips on, there is like a specialist tool.
Shall I show them?
Yeah.
This is them here. They're like tile pliers, but not.
In fact, I think you could get away with using tile nibblers, they're called,
tile nibblers. That's it. Yeah.
which are a lot cheaper than these. And if you see these clips, the way they're made, they've got like little hooks there, 2 of them, and you just position this to which little square you want it in. It's like a ladder, and then when you've got it on your, say, new CV boot. Also, I won't do this because we need to. You literally open these up and squeeze that, taking up any play there.
Slack. Yeah.
Yeah, literally that. So that's that done.
But obviously, you've got to pack the
So
velocity joint with grease. It does include
it comes with some grease.
CV joint grease.
This grease over here, it came, obviously the box has had a bit of a rough journey for some reason. Came split one of them, that's why it's like that. And you just pack all your ball bearings and put some in there.
But before putting any grease, you want to test fit it, because obviously there's splines in here and here. Let's see.
Yeah, so
Let's-
I'm just going to test fit this.
See if this fits.
But
It should fit.
what I am going to do is just a little bit of, I mean there is some on there, but so that should slide on there fairly easy, which it does. Now, do you remember how wobbly that other one was? It's like all over the place. In fact, when we had it in this position, just to show you how bad it was, this was just dropping down with gravity,
Yeah, there was nothing holding it. Just literally dropping.
just dropping down. So even if they look all right, I think if they're in that condition,
If they're like that, then you
I think
probably
it's
need replacing.
20 years old, I think it's time to replace them, really. So it's an easy enough job. Just take your time and just bear in mind how heavy they are when they drop as well, please, because they are heavy. The only other thing we've done, but it's just personal choice, is we've given them a, can't quite see it now because we'll be messing with it, but a clear coat of lacquer. And the only reason we've done that is just to give it a bit more of a rust barrier so it stays nice.
Because it's steel, isn't
Because these are about £75 each, were they?
it? No,
£70?
about £30.
£70 for the 2?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They're not that expensive.
Wow. That is surprising.
They're
I
not
thought
actually that much money for what they are.
So, 70 quid for a pair.
Yeah.
And I should think the improvement in steering and handling
Yeah.
is quite, and
Or if you, I mean, to be honest, it might not just be because of age that you're actually replacing this. You might have broken one.
cosmetically, whatever.
You might have broken one.
The other
doing
thing that
something.
I've been reliably told is that when these are at such a state they're just flopping down like that, then there's extensive wear and extra wear on your tyres, and it's very difficult to align tyres as well
Yeah.
because of the movement. You just
all,
can't get it
with
precise.
the ball joints and everything, it all plays,
Yeah.
plays a part. So, do you have anything else to say on it?
No, not really. It's an easy job. Just try and make sure you've got some rags. Make sure you've got the right tools.
You only need a few
It's
tools.
probably
to
the
do
most
this.
basic tools you need for this.
Yeah.
And I'd say when you do hit it, and it more likely be dropping down there, I just find hitting it from this point, and I did it with the other one, it just dropped off. We hit
Yeah.
it round and it wouldn't come off. When I hit it there, it's like a sweet spot and it just dropped off.
If you are keeping this, just
Then
re-greasing
use,
it, then use the copper hammer. You should
yeah.
probably use the copper hammer anyway. even if you're removing it, so it doesn't damage anything coming off. But these are on here so well.
If
you just need
you're
a bit of weight.
in a position where you haven't got a copper hammer,
Yeah.
then you can go old school and just put a piece of wood round there
Yeah,
and
just
hit it with
just
it.
give it
and
a bash.
That'll work
Yeah.
as well as that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're hoping this has sort of helped somebody out. It's the first time we've done this. It's probably one of the easier jobs that I've done on this vehicle, if I'm honest. So if it's helped you and you fancy subscribing, we'd appreciate it. It all helps us along a little bit. Got some more videos coming, haven't we?
We've got plenty of videos on the channel about Land Rover.
Especially on this Discovery, because
we're doing so many jobs on it at the moment.
the Discovery is a vehicle that keeps giving. And when I say that, it just keeps giving problems. You seem to get one fix and it goes, right, that's sorted. I'll give you something else to fix now, literally. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope we made you smile.